Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my channel, maybe click off of this video. Like, I post a lot of other kind of content, and this video is going to be kind of more on the somber side, kind of sad. First of all, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I have side bangs now. So if you see other videos where I don't have side bangs, that's because I have a bunch of pre-recorded videos. Like, I'm still gonna be making videos. I just need to get caught up first and all of that type of stuff. But please don't judge my hair because right now it's greasy, it's hair wash day. But I wanted to like come sit down and, address some stuff that I feel that I have the capacity to film right now. We're not gonna cry in this video. We're not going to cry. We're not gonna cry. I wanted to come into the car and just kind of talk and have it feel kind of like we're on FaceTime. I also feel really safe and calm in my car. I thought it would be like the best place to talk about this. Okay, I'm just going to get straight into it. So I'm not going to mention any names, just for the protection of the person. Obviously, I've said it on the internet before and I've made videos with them. I just want to preface this video. If you know who the person is or you find them on social media, do not send them hate. Please, please do not send them hate. I just want this to be a positive place, a place where we could both move on and grow, and just a safe environment. Please just do not leave mean, hateful comments or DMs or anything like that, because I don't want that. And for me to heal, like, the best thing for me would be for you not to do that, just so that like I can heal. And it's also not kind. It's just not a kind thing to do. It's not a nice thing to do. So please just be a good person and please do not do that. But with that being said, me and my ex-partner have broken up, and around December last year I broke up with him, and it was for a different reason. Like, I'm not going to get into too much depth of why we broke up and all of the things because I don't want to expose, everything. And I also, I know that I don't owe you guys an explanation, but at this point I think I'm like somewhat ready to somewhat talk about it. That's not to say that I'll never open up about those things, but as of right now, like, I don't want to expose him, and I don't want to cause more drama and hate, and I also want to leave room for him to grow so that, in future relationships he can, have a fresh slate. With that being said, we did break up, and in December I broke up with him for reasons I'm not going to talk about. That whole entire year was extremely hard because I was heartbroken. I felt betrayed. I felt so hurt, and it was a complicated situation because we weren't technically together, but we were acting as if we were together. We were still like hugging and kissing and doing couple things and spending so much time together. Quite honestly, I don't think that was healthy. It was kind of like a friends with benefits situation. And then January this year, he asked me to be his girlfriend again, and I said yes. And I'm going to be completely honest. I did have some regrets about doing that. I first of all don't think that I was ready, and I've gone through so much trauma in this relationship that I'm not going to go too deep into. We were together for almost 3 years solid, and then for like a year and a half-ish, it's been kind of on and off. So first of all, that wasn't like healthy, because I never really got to heal, and I never I technically was single, but it felt as if I was still in a relationship, and I wanted to be out of a relationship so I could heal and be free. And I sort of felt kind of trapped a little bit, so I said yes, and I thought things were changing. I thought some behaviors were going to change, and it seemed like it was, and we even got to the point where we were going to move in together, and I was packing my room. Like, I was packing boxes and moving. Like, I even signed a lease for an apartment. And then a situation had happened, and I was not okay with that, and I did not deserve to be in that situation. And so I moved back home. My mom came and got me, and she's like, "We're gonna figure this out. You need to get out of this situation, and it just has to end." And so I moved back home, and that was like a lot on its own because I was excited to like have an apartment and have my own office space and to be independent and stuff like that. But I don't regret moving back because I truly don't feel like I would have been fully happy if I had stayed in that apartment. And even though I wasn't going to live completely alone, I felt like I was going to live alone because on an emotional emotional level, my needs were not being met, and that makes you feel lonely. I just know that it wasn't going to work out. I've always known deep down inside that it was probably not going to work out between us. It hurts because, you know, we've gone through so much. We've traveled together, we graduated high school together, we went to prom together, we talked about getting married and having children, and we talked about, like, we've done everything together, and we hung out almost every day for years, which is a whole nother subject on why that wasn't healthy. We have just gone through so much. He's been there through my family trauma, and he knows my past, and I sort of started to get codependent on him, and I don't know, I was comfortable, and there were things going on in the relationship that I was enabling and I was allowing, and I stayed because I loved him, and I still do love him. I do, and that's why this is kind of hard, because I'm still going through the healing process. It's just hard to let go of all those memories and all that time, and someone who was there for you when you, like, we're not gonna cry, It's hard because he was someone that I would go to and vent to, and I felt emotionally like I could vent to them. And another unhealthy aspect about it is that, like, during high school we started dating, and after we started dating I kind of isolated myself, and I stopped talking to friends, and I, like, lost a bunch of friends, and he was, for quite a long time, like, I would say over a year for sure, if not longer, he was my only friend. He was my only social interaction, which again is not healthy, but it's the truth, and that's what it is. It's just really, really hard to let go of that. It's hard to let go of, like, a future that I saw, and, like, a future that, like, grieving a future that I thought I had. But ultimately, I know I've made the right decision, and, like, do I still have days where I think about being with him and thinking about, like, the what ifs, and, you know, what if he could be the person I want and this and that? Of course I do. I still think about it. It's still fresh. It hurts so bad, but I know that there's compatibility issues on, like, a sexual kind of way. Like, I'm still figuring out my sexuality. I've always known that I've, you know, been attracted to women, but I've struggled when it comes to the sexual part with men. Like, I'm just not attracted to men in a sexual way, and so that's been its own journey, trying to figure out, like, what's going on, like, you know, like, what is my sexuality. I don't really know, but I wasn't having my needs met in certain emotional ways and on a sexual way, and there's just, like, certain incompatibilities that, you know, you can't change someone, and I think I spent my time trying to fix someone or try to change them and mold them to be someone I want, and when they don't want to make the effort, like, you can't change someone, you can't mold them. And I think that I've gone through so much trauma in this relationship that it was starting to come to the point, it was like past return, where I couldn't go back. I gained a lot of trust issues that are going to carry over into my next relationship. That's something I'm gonna have to work through in therapy, is learning how to trust people again and being better about seeing red flags and not just pushing them under the rug, if you know what I mean. And I was also kind of repeating cycles that I've gone through with certain family members being addicts. It was becoming to the point that I was like, this isn't healthy, this is toxic, and we're not compatible, and I cannot create a life with someone who I'm not getting my needs met, and someone who is having very hard, deep struggles that they need to get help for, and I can't fix someone. And it's just really hard because, you know, I thought I was going to marry him, I thought we would have kids together, I thought we were meant to be, we were high school sweethearts, and that's hard to let go of. I wanted to make it work, and, you know, people have always, like, looked at our relationship like, oh, they're such a good couple and blah blah blah, but I realized, like, it doesn't matter what people think. Like, I wasn't fully happy, and I needed to admit that to myself. I needed to admit that I was settling, like, in a relationship way, in an emotional way, and in a sexual way. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know, like, what else to really say other than I just know that I've made the right decision. And also, like, being apart from my family most of my life, like 6 months out of the year being away from my family, I feel like I missed out on years, and I missed out on watching my siblings grow up. I missed out on, you know, family trips and stuff like that, and I want to watch my family grow up. I want to be a part of my family more. I want to become closer. I want to spend time with them. I also need to heal. I need to keep going to therapy. I need to keep working through things, and I need to process my trauma, and I just need to heal. And I can't do that in a relationship right now. And that's not to say that you can't heal in a relationship. It's very possible to heal and grow and do all those things in a relationship, but it's different per relationship. It doesn't always work like that, and I've been so traumatized on so many levels that I don't even want to go into right now, because I just, even though I've been treated so badly, I still love the person and I still want to protect them, even though they may not even deserve that necessarily. But I just don't want to create more drama out of what's already there. But I feel like I can't move on and not talk about this. And like I said earlier, I know I don't owe anyone an explanation, but I want to be able to have this channel as a place where I'm honest and where I can talk about things. And you guys watching my videos, like, I don't want to just like keep making content and then just never, like, you know, you guys have seen them in my videos, and I don't want to just move on and pretend like, I don't know, like, just never mention anything. And I may never go into the details of things that happened. Maybe I will down the road. I have no idea, but I know I just need to get this off my chest. I've just realized, like, I need to do what's best for myself, and I'm in my healing era. And as much as it hurts to be apart from him and to like not have him in my life, and even someone to like, you know, talk to daily, be like, oh, this is what happened today, how was your day, like, you know, just little things like that, that's going to be so hard. But I know that if it's meant to be, we will find each other again, and it'll just happen. And I can't force things. I can't stress about the future like that. I just need to worry. Like, for once in my life, I feel like I need to prioritize myself. I think I've been constantly thinking about his feelings and other people's feelings, which is a very good thing, to be considerate of other people's feelings. But when it's overriding your emotions and your feelings, that's when it can become unhealthy. And I just, obviously, this is not easy to talk about or post on YouTube and be like, I'm going through a breakup. Like, it's not fun. And like, I still have a vlog that I never posted that I still kind of want to like edit and post, and he's in it, and that's when we were together. And so it's hard, and it's also hard when like so many things remind me of him. I don't know, it really hurts. I know at least right now this relationship is not for me. It can't work, and I cannot fall back into it again. And I can't force him to get help. I can't, like, you just can't control people. As much as you love them, as much as you love them unconditionally and you stay, it's up to them. And it sucks, but that's the reality. It's just, it sucks so bad. I'm keeping it together really well on this video, but like, being honest, like, I have days where I'm like sitting in bed crying and hurting, and like, I'm still hurting, you know? It's a big life change, and it's scary because you don't know what the future looks like, and you're kind of just diving into darkness hoping that you'll land. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird analogy, but I also feel like a lot of my time was consumed with him, where we were hanging out almost every day, and I kind of neglected old friends, and that affected my friends, and I also neglected my family in certain ways. And I don't want to be codependent on someone, because it's not healthy at all. Like I said, that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to work out in therapy. But yeah, I have days where I'm like I see the light in the tunnel, and I'm gonna be okay, and I made the right decision, and I'm okay with it, and I'm done with this relationship, like, I want nothing to do with it. And then I have days where I'm like, I miss just watching a TV show with him. I miss the little things. I miss being held. I miss, you know, little things like that. Sometimes I feel lonely because I don't really have many friends, and it's hard. Thankfully, I do have my family and my therapist as a support system, being like, girl, you got this, you're doing the right thing, those were red flags, and you're not crazy. You know, like, obviously I still have those moments where I'm like, wish that none of this happened so that it would have worked out. But if something's not meant to work out, it would have not worked out in a different way. And I also deserve to be in a relationship where I feel, you know, loved in the right way, and I feel needed and fulfilled in a sexual and emotional way. It's also just, quite frankly, it's kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is, and people go through breakups, and I'm hoping, like, if I can open up about it, like, maybe it could help one of you guys, or if you guys are going through the same situation, just know, like, you're not alone, and like, we can cry together. We can talk about it. Like, message me on social media. Like, I always have my DMs open. I don't really know if there's much else to like really talk about, at least right now, because it's so fresh. And that's not to say I'll never talk about it again, or maybe my opinion will change in the future. Like, I have no idea. Like, I can't speak for the future. Like, no one knows what the future is. Like, I thought I knew my future, and it came crumbling down, so you just never know. But I'm working through it, and I still have days where I'm like, it's still hard to admit that I broke up with him. Like, I don't even want to say it out loud, and we're not currently on a no contact kind of relationship, but I can feel us fading apart, and I almost feel like I need that space to be able to heal and to move on. And it's hard, and I'm still getting through it, and what's meant to be will be. It's almost coming to the point where leaving him him and being apart and single is hurting less than loving him. I'm going to go, and I just wanted to say thank you for listening, and please keep this a calm, uplifting environment in the comment section, and please be gentle, and just know in the background, like, I'm healing and I'm dealing with my own stuff, and it's hard, but I love you guys. Thank you guys for always supporting me. You guys are amazing. I'm so grateful for you guys. Like, you have no idea. And every day I get closer to, like, living my dream job. So thank you. Just know that I'm healing. I'm going through it, and I will figure it out. We'll all figure it out, and that's part of life. And I just want to be honest with you guys. Anyways, thank you again for watching this video. The next video will be a lot better. It'll be a more positive space and a more uplifting kind of video. I don't really like making this kind of content because, like, it's sad and, like, it's like negative vibes, and I don't really like that, but it is what it is. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.